Happy Married Life Journey Part 2. A story by Certified Yoda. The second time, the sides of the bus were smashed, the windows broke, one of its shards cut deep into the driver's skin, leaving blood stains around the seat. It was terrible. The car had to be towed and the driver carried away in a black police van. Black Maria. In the heat of the chaos, Temi had not noticed that she had been holding Johnny's arm tightly. Viwiri had woken up by then. She only realized the intensity of her grip when she left him. "I'm really sorry," she said, looking at the mark on his arm. "No wala," he smiled. That's his smile that could get him out of any trouble. Temi had to cross to the other side of the road in order to get a keke home. But with Lagos drivers always driving like they're on a murder mission, Auntie couldn't bring herself to cross. Her hands felt clammy. The cars were too fast. 1, 2, 3, go, she said in her mind. Nothing happened. Homegirl was still where she was. "Temi, you can do this. You're a big girl. Stop doing like a baby. We are big boy now. Oh yeah," she continued, trying to motivate herself. The small boy by her side had crossed already. The pressure was getting worse. "Do you need help?" someone said behind her. "Johnny." "No, I'm fine. Thank you," was her automatic response. Of course she wasn't fine. She felt hot and sweaty and frustrated. Why was there no freaking bridge? "Let's make a deal. I'll help you cross, then you buy me a bottle of cold Fanta. Deal?" he said, flashing that smile again. Her insides felt fuzzy. He was charming. A gentleman. He was everything. Everything. "Deal," she replied. And just like that, he walked into her life, leaving her cold and alone when he left. 2 months after Johnny's wedding, 5 dates later, and Temi is still as heartbroken as she had been. This stupid thing called love, don't ever fall into it though. You might come back with broken bones. "Abi, should I call him?" she contemplated. "No, that would be cheap," she concluded. "But no, it's not like, no, Temi, don't do it." Yeah, you're right. Thank you, God." "Temi, what are you doing?" Calling him. Oh shit, it peaked. "Hello," Johnny said, voice like smoothie. "Hi, what's up? Hope you're good. What's up?" Temi fidgeted. What was she doing calling her ex? She only does things like this when she's drunk. But she isn't drunk right now. Hey, God, I beg. "I'm fine. I don't think I should be talking to you though," Johnny said. "Why? Does my voice do something to you? Ode, why are you flirting with him? Hi." "No, of course not," he said almost immediately. Bubbles successfully bursted. Or not. "What do you think about us hanging out tomorrow or next week or whenever? Of course, we'll both have to be free, Sha," she asked shakily. One word. "Why?" "I don't think," he replied. "Come on, it will be fun as friends, so we can just get everything that happened behind us and move on." It doesn't really..." "Come on, Joe, for old time's sake," she cajoled. "Okay, for old time's sake, okay." "Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow then," Temi asked. "Next week Friday. I'll be out of town till then." "Okay." "Honey, are you done yet?" someone said in the background. "Lola." "I'm almost done, sweetie," he replied. The phone went off. Why are you doing this to yourself, Temi? One word. Love. That yeye thing has refused to die. It was a cool evening. Not cold, not hot, just cool and windy. Really windy. Temi sighed silently. Why did she do this to herself? A question she had been asking herself since she ended that call with Johnny. Closure was the only answer that seemed to fit. Maybe she would be able to close this chapter of her life and move on. Maybe she might even end up finding love in someone else or comfort in her singleness. Maybe. The restaurant looked dreamy, like something separate from the menace that is the world. Tranquil is the word. Tranquility. That was the reason this used to be their favorite restaurant. It was their spot. I wonder if he brings her here too, Temi thought for a second. She walked over to the table beside the window. Johnny was sitting there. He kept looking at his wristwatch. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. She kept saying as she made her way to the table. Asha's The One That Never Comes is playing in the background. Her voice rich with emotions. The air is slow and relaxed, like Lagos finally decided to fall asleep. Temi is seated across Johnny. They are staring at each other. Hi, Johnny said, trying to ease the tension. Hello, Temi replied with a smile. He looked as handsome as always. She hated how perfect he looked. Perfect he was. Maybe it would have been easier to find another him if he wasn't so him. So, how are you enjoying married life? She added, trying to be cordial. Isn't this how friends talk? It's been great. Lola is perfect. He was going to continue talking, but then he caught a look on her face. Not a friendly look. The tension returned. Should we order? He asked. Yes, please, she replied, readjusting herself on the chair. A waiter returned with 2 menus, one for drinks and the other for dinner and dessert. That if they would even survive till dessert. Temi skimmed through the dinner menu. She stole a glance at Johnny. He was looking at the drink menu. Have you found something you like yet? A waitress dressed in a white colored top and a black trouser with her hair in a ponytail asked. She had on a smile that looked forced. I'll have a glass of pina colada, thank you, Johnny said. The waitress scribbled into her jotter. Ma'am? She urged, her smile still in place. I'll have a glass of Long Island, please, Temi replied. Only alcohol can get her through this dinner. Their drinks came with a different waitress. Same smile though. Temi had a few sips of her drink as she stared ahead. Why did you leave me? She asked abruptly before she could stop herself. Probably the alcohol, it was starting to get to her. Johnny almost spat out his drink. He said nothing. I'm sorry, he replied. He finally replied, pretending to survey the menu. I'm sorry, he repeated, finally facing her. Sorry? Was that supposed to make everything better? Would it make her stop loving him and finally move on with her life? Would sorry switch off the switch he switched on? Was she supposed to burn up her feelings in a flame of sorry? Would sorry return her back to the same person that she was before she met him? She took a sip of her drink. She stared outside the window, onto the terrace. 2 people were laughing, a guy and a girl. Was it something I did? Temi said, still looking at the terrace people. She could not afford to look at him right now, not with her feelings hanging all over the place. No. A tear slipped. Then why? She pressed. Maybe the alcohol was not a good idea after all. She could hardly stop herself from crying. Temi, it wasn't you, it was me. You deserve someone better. How original, she replied with an eye roll. It's true. You deserve someone that would love you how you deserve to be loved. How I deserve to be loved, she said with a short snide laugh. I'm really sorry for how things ended between us. You mean how you ended things? We were already broken up. It's not like I cheated on you or something, he yelled, frustrated. We were on a break, not broken up, she yelled back. People were starting to stare. What is the difference? See, I have moved on. I suggest you do the same. He lowered his voice. There is nothing Johnny hates more than causing a scene. And who told you I haven't moved on? She said in between sips, trying to act cool and collected, when all she wanted to do was throw his drink in his face and walk out. If you had, you wouldn't have called me that night. See, there are many nice gentlemen out there. I'm sure you'll find the one that is right for you, he added. Of course I will. See, that's the spirit. I'm so happy that we are good. Oh, shut up. I'm going home. Boy, bye, she added, calling the waitress for the bill. I'll handle it, he said as soon as the waitress came, offering his card. It's fine, she offered her card. Temi, I said I'll do it. Whatever, she said, sliding a bag onto her hand. Trying to make her way to her feet, she staggered. Everything was blurry. She was drunk. She'll just have to call a cab and come back for her car later. Are you okay? Johnny asked as he noticed a sloppy movement. The waiter handed over their receipt and moved back to her station. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? She mimicked. Like you care, she added. I'll drive you home. I'll just get an Uber, she said, burped. I'll drive you. It's either that or you call Mo to come get you, he said. He never let her take Ubers when she was drunk. Throughout their relationship, he hardly trusts people. She couldn't call Mo. Temi knew she would come if she calls her, but didn't want to bother her. Whatever, suit yourself. She wondered why she still lets him be the control freak that he is around her. They finally got to her house, into her room. He made her comfortable on her bed, the pillow perfectly. The AC was set at the right temperature. He was about to leave the room to go home when she suddenly stirred. Can you just stay with me just for tonight? We can both share the bed, she said. Nah, I'm good, he replied, grabbing a spare blanket from her wardrobe. Do you hate me? What? You hate me, she said, now seated in a yoga pose. That was why you broke up with me, she added. He stared at her for some time before cautiously proceeding to sit on the bed. I loved you, he started. I really did when I did. Then, I don't know. I guess my love for you took a different turn. It wasn't romantic anymore. He paused. I felt bad for that. Could hardly look you in the eye, but I cared about you too much to actually break up with you. And then I met Lola, and things escalated. He ended. It hurts, you know. I know. I'm sorry. After an awkward silence, she asked, do you still watch Super Strikers on Saturday mornings? She asked with a yawn, resting her head on his shoulder. His shoulder was taut with tension before it finally relaxed. Not every time. Lola, she has a program she follows. The way he hesitated after saying his wife's name. She closed her eyes, not feeling as hot as she had thought she would at the mention of Lola's name. Do you still listen to the cavemen? He asked. Yes. What about you? Nah, I'm into Odunsin's music now. Cool. Yeah. He placed his arm around her, their shadows so close to each other. Perfectly blackened, elongated figures. She drifted off to sleep. Do you still think of me? She thought as she closed her eyes and decided that she really has to let him go, even though he is the love of her life.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like and share. You can also follow us for more intriguing short stories just like this one.